Welcome back, gentlemen. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, this doesn't apply to me, let me hit you with a shocking fact. Did you know that certain habits surrounding masturbation could be silently sabotaging your sexual health and even leading to erectile dysfunction, ED? Yeah, it's true. And here's the kicker, it's not just about overdoing it. In fact, there are specific mistakes that many men make, and they may not even realize the damage they're causing. But why should we care about this? Well, if you're a guy over 40, or even in your 30s, this topic becomes even more important. As we age, our bodies change, and what worked when we were younger doesn't always cut it anymore. In fact, erectile dysfunction becomes increasingly common as men hit their 40s, 50s, and beyond. And a big chunk of this could be tied to the very habits you're engaging in daily without even thinking twice about it. So, what's going on? Masturbation, while a normal and natural part of life, can affect your sexual performance, especially if you're doing it in ways that aren't so healthy. And no, I'm not just talking about frequency here, it's about the how, the why, and the what happens next when you make certain mistakes. In today's video, I'm going to break down the 4 worst masturbation mistakes that could lead to ED, as warned by urologists. Stick with me. I'm going to explain exactly why these habits matter, the science behind them, and what you can do to reverse any damage before it becomes a bigger issue. Before we dive into the meat of this video, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on any of the tips coming up. All right, let's jump in. Let's start with the first major mistake many men make: excessive use of pornography. Now, before you dismiss this as some moral high ground talk, let me break it down for you scientifically. The connection between porn and erectile dysfunction is real, and it's not something that's just in your head. Studies have shown that regular consumption of porn, especially in excessive amounts, can lead to what's called porn-induced erectile dysfunction, PIED. This happens when your brain becomes so accustomed to the hyperstimulation from porn, it essentially rewires your sexual response system over time. It takes more and more intense content to trigger arousal, and this creates a desensitization effect. Think of it like this. Imagine your brain as a muscle. If you're constantly lifting heavy weights, in this case intense, exaggerated sexual imagery, your brain becomes used to that level of stimulation. So, when it comes time for real-life intimacy with a partner, your brain struggles to react in the same way. You might find yourself struggling to get or maintain an erection because your brain is waiting for that next level of stimulation that it's used to seeing in porn. But in real life, it doesn't exist. The truth is, pornography doesn't portray the realities of intimacy. It's often unrealistic, and after a while, it can cause your brain to lose its natural responsiveness to physical touch and intimate moments. This doesn't just lead to problems in the bedroom, it affects your ability to connect emotionally, too. Now, I know it can be tough to hear this, especially if watching porn is something you've been doing for years. But the good news is, this isn't permanent. Research shows that taking a break from porn can help reset your brain's sensitivity, allowing you to regain a more natural sexual response. If this is something you've struggled with, don't be afraid to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences on how this has impacted your life. You're not alone in this practical tip. If you feel that your porn consumption is affecting your performance, try taking a break from it for a few weeks. Focus on real-life intimacy with your partner, engage in physical activities like exercise or meditation to reduce stress, and give your brain time to reset. But let me ask you, have you ever noticed that the more you watch, the harder it gets to connect with your partner or experience genuine excitement? It's not just in your head, and it's worth addressing before it starts affecting your confidence and relationships. All right, moving on to mistake number 2, over-masturbation. And I'm not just talking about frequency here. It's easy to think that the occasional solo session is no big deal, but when you start doing it too often, especially to the point where it interferes with your daily life, it can actually have a significant impact on your testosterone levels and consequently, your sexual health. Testosterone is the hormone responsible for your libido, energy levels, and even muscle mass. As men age, testosterone levels naturally begin to decline, typically starting around age 30. But here's the thing: excessive masturbation can accelerate that decline. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, it's just a quick release, what's the harm? Well, let's look at what actually happens in the body during and after masturbation. When you ejaculate, your body releases dopamine, the feel good chemical, which gives you a brief sense of pleasure. But after that, there's a dip in dopamine, and your body starts to release prolactin, a hormone that suppresses sexual desire. This hormonal fluctuation, when it happens too frequently, can lead to lower libido and reduced sensitivity over time. Essentially, if you're self-soothing too often, your body might start to respond less to normal sexual stimuli, and this can lead to performance issues like ED. Another thing to consider is how masturbation can impact your overall energy levels. If you're constantly indulging in it, especially late at night or after a stressful day, you may find yourself feeling drained the next day. Low energy can lead to poor performance in other areas of life, like work or exercise, and it's a vicious cycle that affects both your physical and mental well-being. There's also the psychological aspect. Excessive masturbation can become a coping mechanism for stress, boredom, or anxiety. This is where things start to get tricky because it can lead to a habit of relying on masturbation to deal with emotions rather than addressing the underlying causes. If this sounds familiar, it's time to take a step back and evaluate the role that masturbation is playing in your life. Practical tip: if you find yourself turning to masturbation too often as a way of relieving stress or filling a void, consider healthier alternatives. Exercise is a great way to boost testosterone naturally, and meditation can help you manage stress. Also, try to create a more balanced routine that includes plenty of physical and social activities that make you feel connected and energized. Now, here's a thought to chew on. Have you noticed that after a long streak of solo sessions, you might feel a bit off, either physically or mentally? It's not just in your head. Over time, this can start to affect your performance, and that's something we need to address before it gets worse. Now let's dive into mistake number 3: poor technique when it comes to masturbation. This one often flies under the radar, but it can have a huge impact on both your immediate sexual health and long-term performance. What do I mean by poor technique? Well, it's all about how you engage with your body during solo sessions. Think about it. If you're using the same repetitive movements or grip every time, you're not giving your body or your sexual organs the variety and stimulation they need. This can lead to a couple of serious issues, including reduced sensitivity and difficulty achieving or maintaining an erection when you're with a partner. Here's where things get a little scientific. When you consistently apply pressure in the same way or follow the same rhythm, you train your body to respond in a very specific manner. Over time, this becomes muscle memory, but not in a good way. It's like always using the same exercise equipment at the gym. Your body adapts to the movement and it stops challenging your muscles to grow. Similarly, your penis becomes accustomed to that repetitive motion and pressure, leading to a diminished response during real-life sex, where the intensity and sensation are quite different. Also, if you're gripping too tightly, you might be causing microtrauma to the sensitive tissues, which can result in desensitization. This not only affects your ability to feel pleasure, but can also make you more prone to issues like premature ejaculation, as you might become less attuned to the sensations during intercourse. So, what can you do about this? It's about bringing variety and mindfulness into your solo sessions, changing your grip, trying different techniques, or incorporating more focus on sensation rather than just the end goal of ejaculation can help. You should also be aware of how you're stimulating yourself. Are you rushing through the process? Are you focused solely on reaching climax without taking time to enjoy the full experience? These habits can lead to the same kind of numbing effect we see with overuse of porn. Practical tip: Start experimenting with different techniques, grips, or even edging, which is essentially the practice of bringing yourself close to orgasm and then backing off, allowing you to build better control and sensitivity. Also, practice mindfulness during these sessions, focusing on the sensations rather than the end result. This might seem simple, but it can significantly improve your sexual response and sensitivity in the long run. Here's a question for you. Have you ever noticed that you seem to struggle with sensitivity during intimate moments with your partner, despite having no issues when you're on your own? That could be the result of your technique. Changing things up could make all the difference when it comes to feeling more present in the moment. Now, before we move on to mistake number 4, I want to take a quick pause here. If you're finding this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow and lets me know you want more of these types of discussions. All right, let's get into the final mistake that could be causing more harm than you think. Keep watching. All right, now we're at mistake number 4, using masturbation as a go-to method for stress relief. I get it. Life's hectic, work can be overwhelming, and sometimes a little release seems like a quick and easy way to unwind. But here's the thing. Relying on masturbation to deal with stress, anxiety, or emotional discomfort can be a slippery slope, and over time, it can actually contribute to problems like erectile dysfunction. Why? Well, let's break it down. When you use masturbation as a primary coping mechanism, you're essentially reinforcing a cycle of emotional avoidance. Instead of confronting or dealing with the stressors in your life, whether they're work, personal relationships, or general anxiety, you're using masturbation as a band-aid. And while it might provide temporary relief, it doesn't address the root cause of your stress. This pattern can create a psychological association between sexual release and stress relief, which may hinder your ability to perform when the stakes are higher, like in an intimate relationship. Additionally, emotional stress is one of the biggest factors in erectile dysfunction. Stress increases the levels of cortisol in your body, which can negatively affect your testosterone levels and sexual function. Masturbating to manage stress might provide momentary comfort, but if you're doing it frequently, you could be exacerbating the underlying issues that are contributing to ED. Think about it this way. If you're using masturbation as an emotional crutch, it's kind of like putting a temporary fix on a much larger problem. Sure, you might feel good for a few minutes, but that doesn't change the fact that the stress, or whatever the emotional issue is still there. Over time, this can create a negative feedback loop where you feel like you need masturbation to feel better, but your sexual health continues to decline as a result. Practical tip. Instead of using masturbation to deal with stress, try healthier coping mechanisms. Exercise is a fantastic way to release tension and boost endorphins. Meditation and deep breathing can also help lower cortisol levels, bringing your body and mind back into balance. And if you're facing a particular emotional or relationship issue, consider talking it out with a therapist or someone you trust. By addressing the root causes of your stress, you'll not only improve your mental health, but your sexual health will thank you too. Now, let me ask you, have you ever found yourself reaching for a quick release when you're stressed or anxious? It's a common response, but if that becomes a regular habit, it could be contributing to the very issue you're trying to escape. Taking a step back and addressing stress from the root could be key to both your mental and sexual well-being. Engagement booster. Drop a comment below if you've ever used masturbation as a way to cope with stress. How did that work out for you in the long run? You might be surprised by how many others are in the same boat. And now, as we wrap up, let's take a quick recap of everything we've covered. You're learning some powerful insights today, so don't go anywhere just yet. I'll be right back with the conclusion. All right, guys, let's do a quick recap. We've covered some pretty important ground today, and I'm sure you're starting to realize that these common masturbation mistakes may be contributing to more than just temporary discomfort. If you've been struggling with erectile dysfunction or decreased sexual performance, some of these habits could be playing a bigger role than you might have thought. So here's the rundown. Overuse of pornography. It can rewire your brain's response to real life intimacy, leaving you less sensitive and more likely to experience ED. The key here is taking a break and resetting your brain's natural sexual response. Over masturbation. Masturbating too frequently can lead to a drop in testosterone levels, impacting your libido and energy. Try reducing the frequency and incorporating activities like exercise to naturally boost your testosterone levels. Poor technique. Repetitive movements or tight grip can reduce sensitivity and lead to performance issues. Mixing things up and practicing mindfulness can help improve your sexual sensitivity and overall experience. Using masturbation as stress relief. Relying on masturbation to cope with stress can create an unhealthy cycle that damages both your mental and sexual health. Find healthier alternatives like exercise, meditation, or talking to a professional to manage stress without relying on sexual release. The good news is, all of these issues are fixable with some adjustments. It's about being mindful of your habits, understanding the science behind them, and taking steps to reverse any negative effects before they get worse. It might take some time, but if you can address these mistakes, you'll see improvements not only in your sexual health, but also in your overall quality of life. Before we end, I want to give you a challenge. If you've recognized any of these mistakes in your own routine, take action now. Whether it's cutting back on porn, taking a break from masturbation, or finding new ways to manage stress, make a conscious effort to change one thing today. Start small, and over time, you'll start to notice big differences. Call to action. If you found today's video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. We're going to dive deeper into all kinds of men's health topics that can help you lead a healthier, more fulfilling life. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts or questions in the comments. Have you experienced any of these issues, or have you tried any of these tips? Share with the community, and let's keep the conversation going. Outro. Thanks for watching today's video. Take action, stay consistent, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves. Your health is your greatest asset. And remember, guys, you're not alone on this journey. We're all in this together. Keep your head up, stay proactive, and don't be afraid to take control of your health.